want to go to mommy's house?
No, Daddy.
Come on. You can stay with me, okay?
Okay.
All right.
So stop.
Yeah.
These moms are kids.
Yeah. It's okay. Just bye. I don't want to talk to you. No communication, please. You can stay with me, okay?
Yikes. That's a quick video. It's a really short one. But it looks like it's saying that she lied on the dad and CPS. She lied on the dad to CPS and caused some problems. And you know, the craziest part about these things is that children are involved and it affects the children. I never had to deal with that growing up, and I thank God for it, you know. I thank God that that's not something I had to deal with. Both of my parents were in the home, and I'm grateful for that. But I know people who share stories, and I hear things about just the drama between parents and how it affects the family, how it affects the children, and how it really puts them on a path of just rage and chaos. And sometimes parents are just so selfish that they can't get out of each other's way in order for the child to be able to have a wholesome life, a wholesome upbringing. It doesn't have to be perfect, meaning both parents have to be there, but you know, if you get out of each other's way and stop being selfish, you can hopefully work together in co-parenting to give the child the best life that you can give them, the best home, and the best structure that you can give them. This is unfortunate. It's unfortunate. You know, it sounds like he doesn't want her talking to him because of the CPS situation or whatever else. But he told her, you know, don't talk to me, you know, and she was blaming him. And that's a young child. He didn't look any older than 3. You know, I'm not good with baby ages, but he didn't look any older than 3 or 4 years old. And it's just unfortunate because now you get a system involved, and systems a lot of times, like on paper, it sounds good, but when you get systems involved, it's typically not good for the child because it's the two parents that are just going back and forth, and the system is in the middle making decisions from a place. I don't even want to, I want to say just from a legal standpoint, not even a place of love with the most care and concern for the child. And it just becomes a mess. It becomes a mess. But there are 2 things I really do want to say. Men, you know, I've said this before, I'll say it again. I've never been married and I don't have any children. But I've dated. And I do believe that we have the ability to see certain things in a woman when we're dating. You know, and just on the surface, if you're seeing things that make it to where y'all having a relationship together would be a challenge, bringing a child into the world doesn't make it better. It just doesn't. And we have to vet better. We really do. We have to vet better. You know, when you see that woman show you who she is, back off. You know, I know y'all may want a child together, but you gotta back off, because if you bring a child and you all can't even get along, and you're seeing these signs of like, hey, we wouldn't be able to have a healthy relationship. This wouldn't even last between us. And then you still choose to bring a child in. Like, you know, for me, I try to look at the men first, you know, because I'm a man, and we set the temperature. I mean, I'm not saying that there's no responsibility on women, because there is. But as men, we set the temperature. We lead, you know, so we choose. So choosing the right woman, not the perfect woman, because we're not perfect, but choosing someone who's wholesome, who has a healthy view of men, who has a healthy view of family, who knows God's desire for family, and is flushing that out through her community, like where she goes to church, how she do life with her friend, like all those things matter. Like you should be observing that as a man. And for women, you know, likewise, you are being chosen, but you don't have to accept it if you don't think this is someone who will work for you. Because I've witnessed women weaponize children against men. I've witnessed it. And it's unfortunate because it really does bring trauma to the child. It does. And I just hope, man, both men and women that can do better, because it's really selfish of us as adults to be fighting one another in a way that then harms the child. It's not good. And there's this narrative in our society that makes it so easy for people, and women specifically, to talk nasty and down about men. But don't keep it, it's like quiet, it's hush hush when it comes to talking about women and how they can be bad mothers and how they can also be bad partners. Like, it's this hush hush thing. Like, and you know, I'm not here to fight that narrative in this particular video, but it's out there. You know, there's some bad mothers. I've talked to women who've had bad mothers, and I'm talking about like, whoa, some bad mothers. And I, of course, know about some bad fathers, but it's like our society makes it easy for us to hear and to know about bad fathers and bad men, but they don't do that when it comes to women. So a lot of times, I know for me, when I, started dating women as an adult, I didn't have a proper view of women. I just thought women were good. And I found out the hard way. No, it's a reason why God says, who can find a virtuous woman? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard. She's rare. A good woman is rare. You know, there's a reason why the Bible says a man who finds a wife receives favor. It's a reason for that. Because a good woman, a good wife is so rare. And it's only right that kind of woman, when she comes into your life as a wife, gives you favor from God. So I would even add this: men, please don't go out into this world dating and choosing a wife and a mother for your children without knowing, like, hey, there are bad women out there, and you need to vet, you need to ask questions, you need to know about how they view men, you need to know about their upbringing, you need to know who their friends are and what's going on in their friends circle. Ask questions. Because honestly, getting caught up and getting your emotions caught up and then getting married, and then, God forbid, you get married and have children, now you have to deal with all of that stuff, and it's just a lot. So fellas, be mindful. Ladies, be mindful. That's all I can say about that. Hopefully, they're able to figure out a way to co-parent well so that child can have a wholesome upbringing. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.
Find that rock, stand on it, be strong.